welcome back to VC's Craft World. I am here tonight making wreaths. So tonight I have some unfinished wreaths. This one I started on several weeks ago. I have not finished it, so I'm going to finish this tonight. We're going to finish it together, and we're going to make this into a beautiful, beautiful fall wreath. And then, well, this. Yeah, let's talk about this. So this is a wreath that I started. So I started creating wreaths many moons ago, and then it was fun, but then I put it down. I got busy and I started doing other things, and life happened. So when I wanted to pick back up on doing wreaths, I kind of forgot, and this is this is so funny. This is it's getting caught. This is one of the I won't even call it a creation. This is yeah, something that I started. It definitely looks beginner. So what we're gonna do tonight, we're gonna finish this beautiful fall wreath first, and then we're gonna go right into this one and make this sparse, scary. It looks Halloweenish just like it is. It doesn't even need anything else. But we're gonna take this and make this, I don't want to say trash, but it's been sitting around for several years now. But we're gonna take this and bring some life into it and make this into a really, really cute Halloween wreath. So I can take this to the festival with me, but please stick around, tune in, and see how I bring life to this wreath. All right. So for this one, let me just bring you guys down so you can see what I'm doing. All right, so I have, so how I create my wreaths, Jesus, I pretty much use a whole roll, and this is a 9-inch roll. I believe I got this from Hobby Lobby about a month ago. And it takes me, I use the whole thing because I like for my wreaths to look full. So that's why I use the whole thing. I think I've learned now to use better mesh, and I think on that Halloween one, it might have been Dollar Tree mesh, but this is a better quality. Like I said, this came from Hobby Lobby. So I like getting my mesh from either there or Crafter's Outlet. So I don't even measure, and I'm terrible about not measuring. I eyeball it to see what it looks like. And this ring came from Dollar Tree. I always buy my wreath rings from Dollar Tree. It's inexpensive. They're pretty sturdy. I've never had any issues on them breaking or anything like that. And I've made some pretty heavy wreaths, especially for the holidays. So that's why I use this. So I purchased wreaths from, sorry, I'm just trying to get my angle back. But I have purchased wreaths from, I don't know, I think it was Michael's when they had it on sale. And I also use these. I use these because I make sure, especially when I'm gonna sell them, I wanna make sure that my wreaths are not gonna tear up. I use on the other ones, what are these things called? I forgot. The little wire thingies. I started out using those, And I'll use them for home, and I'll use them for the ones that I sell too because they're pretty sturdy, but I just won't buy them from the Dollar Tree. I think this whole wreath is a Dollar Tree wreath, so that I should just make that a whole nother video. As a matter of fact, it might be a different video. I don't think it's gonna be this one, so please tune in for my next video. But yeah, I just use the cables. And what I do, so that it's not sliding around the whole wreath, I tend to lock it in for the most part. I lock it into these little brackets here, so that keeps it and holds it in place. I did it on this one. This one I didn't, but what I did was I tied it on the inner and the second from the inner, the middle bar, so that it can stay tight. I mean, it'll move a little bit, but not as much as if you did it clamped it on the one. So, I mean, a wreath can take me, so putting it together, the base part can take me literally like 15 minutes to put it together. But where the fun starts is where you start putting the embellishments on. To me, that's so fun. It's part of the creation. It's part of the reason why I love to create. I love to take things and, you know, where it's pretty much nothing and make it into something. I think that is so amazing. And that's, I think, the main reason why I started crafting. Believe it or not, I started out, I mean, my business, not my business, but my jobs have been in the mortgage industry for years, but, and that's because it pays the bills, or paid the bills. I'm no longer in the mortgage industry. It was great. Don't get me wrong, it served its purpose. It taught me about credit and how to purchase a home and investment properties and things like that. However, it was very stressful, and I started out in my 20s in the banking industry, so it was time. It was definitely time. Oh, see, this one I didn't do it. Got distracted talking. But yeah. So what I was getting at is I started, at first I thought I wanted to be a cosmetologist. I've always pretty much, I mean, I used to get my hair done, you know, as a teenager, of course, but I've always experimented with my own hair. And I thought it was fun. I thought it was cool, you know, and it is when you're young and you've got all the time in the world. But, you know, when you get older, you get tired and you just rather pay somebody. At least that's how I felt. But then after a while, I'm like, oh, well, I'm pretty good at, you know, putting my own color and straightening my hair. And I don't think I was like, I never did extensions or anything like that. But I just, you know, grew an interest in like the hair business. So I went to cosmetology school, and of course I was an adult. It was in my 40s, and I did it like, I worked it like it was a job. I went to school full time so that I could come out, and because I knew that I wanted to do a career change, of course, in the mortgage industry. And then, well, the clients, I shouldn't blame the clients, but that was around the time when locks started being, you know, and natural hair, right after I graduated. It started being, you know, a thing. But that's not, I was still making money. So I never went to state board. I just didn't. I finished, completed, had my clap out. So I will say, no excuses, but life happened, you know. I was a single mom, had to take care of my girls, and here I had been off. Well, I had worked part-time while I was in school, but time had just come for, I'm like, I need to get back into the workforce. You know, my oldest daughter was, here I go again. My oldest daughter was a senior in high school, so I'm like, I can't, you know, the pressure of needing and wanting things. So went back into the mortgage industry. I don't even know how this turned into story time anyway, but I went back into the mortgage industry, and then I was just there. The money was good. It provided for me and my family, and that was that. And then both of my girls, you know, graduated. They got tired of seeing my arts and crafts. I started doing crafts, like I might have mentioned this before on a previous video, that the crafts was actually soothing, like it's relaxing to me, and I just took an interest in it. In one of my jobs, literally, I used to watch DIY videos all day. I mean, I would get my work done, but I watched. That's what got me through the day, DIY videos, and I just found it so relaxing, so stressless, or stress-free. And so I just started doing it, and I loved it. I would go to the Dollar Tree, literally. People would look at me like I was crazy. And this was when when it was still $1. Everything was $1. And I would spend like $100 in the Dollar Tree, and people would just look at me like I was strange. But it was all crafts. Like, I would buy everything that I thought I wanted to craft. And then it, you know, my home at the time, it gave hoarder tendencies. So people would come over. I really couldn't entertain because our living room was full of crafts. Definitely. But, you know, I didn't want to give it up. So I gave it up because I got tired of people talking about me, that my house was a mess because of the crafts. So I've set crafts down for years. And then I moved, and I don't know, I just found myself getting back into it. The DIY videos is how I started. I think I would try to do basket making, but it was nothing like what I do now. It was never on this level. And when I think about it, for years, I've always just searched and, you know, like crafts. I was always crafty and artsy, and I just love things like that. I love doing things with my hands. So finally, I thought about doing a YouTube channel, and I actually did create a couple of YouTube channels. Nothing as far as crafts, because I wore so many hats. I actually had a clothing line, a clothing business. And my clothing business was, it was pretty successful. Not online so much, but I would do pop-ups. And that was so much fun. So I've been doing pop-ups for a while now. So it's not a big deal to me. But I never did it for baskets. So it was always structured, you know, I paid the money, I was a vendor, but never like basket making was. I came across one of Felicia's videos about how to make money selling baskets, and she talked about how much she made, and I'm like, I could do that. And I did. But I was nervous. I shouldn't say what I'm not. I believe it or not, am shy, I guess. So I'm not the type of person that would walk up and approach people. So I'm getting better. I'm getting better at sales, but I'm a talker for sure, but not like a go up and greet someone and say, you know, hey, how are you? Look at my crafts, look at what I have. But listen, I guess this was story time. I guess this was much needed for someone else to hear. If I can do it, I consider myself to be pretty shy. And if I can do it, anybody can do it. Trust me. I was so proud of myself when I first went out and did it. It was a little scary, yes, but I did it. I was proud of myself, and every time I go out, I get better. And when you have, this is the thing too, when you have good products, they sell themselves, really. People are always looking to purchase something. So as long as your products, you have your tables set up and your design of your gift baskets, people are going to approach you. And even if it's not baskets that you're selling, always make sure your items look professional and are pleasing to the eye. You think of yourself as a consumer. What would you purchase? What would you buy from someone? And just market it yourself and your items that way. And it's easy. But yeah, I'm not gonna talk too much longer. I want to speed up this part of the video, but I did want to finish this part. So you see how this one looks pretty full. So now I'm just gonna go through and use, now this I did pick up from Dollar Tree. So I'm just gonna add this and speed up the video.